"Congratulate me, Geoffrey," he exclaimed as he entered my room. "Congratulate me and yourself. I am minus £500 check I showed you this morning." "McWing has pocketed it, then," I said sullenly. "All right. Much good it may do to him and his charity." Romanos gave me a quick, observant glance. "Why, what has happened to you since we parted?" he inquired, throwing off his overcoat and sitting down opposite to me. "You seem out of temper. Yet you ought to be a perfectly happy man, for your highest ambition is about to be gratified. You said you wished to make your book and yourself the talk of London. Well, within the next 2 or 3 weeks you will see yourself praised in a very large number of influential newspapers as the newest discovered genius of the day, only a little way removed from Shakespeare himself. 3 of the big leading magazines are guaranteed to say that, and all this through the affability of Mr. McWinging, and the trifling sum of £500. And are you not satisfied? Really, my friend, you are becoming difficult. I warned you that too much good fortune spoils a man." With a sudden movement, I flung down Mavis Clare's book before him. "Look at this," I said. "Does she pay £500 to David McWing's charity?" He took up the volume and glanced at it. "Certainly not. But then, she gets slandered, not criticized." "What does that matter?" I retorted. "The man from whom I bought this book says that everybody is reading it." "Exactly." And Romanes surveyed me with a curious expression, half of pity, half of amusement. "But do you know the old axiom, my dear Geoffrey? You may lead a horse to the water, but you cannot make him drink." Which statement, interpreted for the present occasion, means that though certain log rollers, headed by your estimable friend McWing, may drag the horse, i.e. the public, up to their own particular prepared literary trough, they cannot force it to swallow the mixture. The horse frequently turns tail and runs away in search of its own provender. It has done so in the case of Miss Clare. When the public chooses an author for themselves, it is a dreadful thing, of course, for other authors, but it really can't be helped." "Why should they choose Mavis Clare?" I demanded gloomily. "Why, indeed," he echoed, smiling. "McWing would tell you they do it out of sheer idiocy. The public would answer that they choose her because she has genius." "Genius!" I repeated scornfully. "The public are perfectly incapable of recognizing such a quality." "You think so?" he said, still smiling. "You really think so? In that case, it's very odd, isn't it, how everything that is truly great in art and literature becomes so widely known and honored, not only in this country, but in every civilized land where people think or study? You must remember that all the very famous men and women have been steadily written down in their day, even to the late English laureate Tennyson, who was criticized for the most part in the purest Billingsgate. It is only the mediocrities who are ever written up. It seems as if the stupid public really had a hand in selecting these great, for the reviewers would never stand them at any price, till driven to acknowledge them by the popular force majeure. But considering the barbarous want of culture and the utter foolishness of the public, Geoffrey, what I wonder at is that you should care to appeal to it at all." I sat silent, inwardly chafing under his remarks. "I am afraid," he resumed, rising and taking a white flower from one of the vases on the table to pin in his buttonhole, "that Miss Clare is going to be a thorn in your side, my friend. A man rival in literature is bad enough, but a woman rival is too much to endure with any amount of patience. However, you may console yourself with the certainty that she will never get boomed, while you, thanks to my tender fostering of the sensitive and high-principled McWing, will be the one delightful and unique discovery of the press for at least 1 month, perhaps 2, which is about as long as any new star of the first magnitude lasts in the latter-day literary skies. Shooting stars, all of them, such as poor forgotten Beranger sang of. Les atolls que filons est disparent." "Except Mavis Clare," I said. "True, except Mavis Clare," and he laughed aloud, a laugh that jarred upon me because there was a note of mockery in it. "She is a small fixture in the vast heavens, Or so it seems, revolving very contentedly and smoothly in her own appointed orbit. But she is not, and never will be, attended by the brilliant meteor flame that will burst round you, my excellent fellow, at the signal of McWing. Fie, Geoffrey, get over your sulks. Jealous of a woman! Be ashamed. Is not woman the inferior creature? And shall the mere spectre of feminine fame cause a five-fold millionaire to abase his lofty spirits in the dust? Conquer your strange fit of the spleen, Geoffrey, and join me at dinner. He laughed again as he left the room, and again his laughter irritated me. When he had gone, I gave way to the base and unworthy impulse that had for some minutes been rankling within me, and sitting down at my writing table, penned a hasty note to the editor of a rather powerful magazine, a man whom I had formerly known and worked for. He was aware of my altered fortunes and the influential position I now occupied, and I felt confident that he would be glad to oblige me in any matter if he could. My letter, marked private and confidential, contained the request that I might be permitted to write for his next number an anonymous slashing review of the new novel entitled Differences by Mavis Clare. End of chapter 15 of The Srrws of Satan.